everyone, I'm Angie Caney and welcome back to my channel, Tinks, Treasurez. And have you ever wanted to do a take two or maybe a take three? So a year ago, I did a craft room makeover, which mostly entailed my craft cabinet and kind of making it into or repurposing it into a craft box. And then this year we went ahead and did a demo. We ripped out the floor, brought in the new floor, and I thought while I'm doing this, I'm going to do some reorganizing. And really what I want to do is to kind of streamline this shelf right here. So if you haven't seen my room before, it's only a 10 by 10 room. It's very small. That includes a closet, and I have some big storage pieces in here. And so my goal was to kind of eliminate these big boxes, and I thought, oh, it would be a great idea to have these clear systems where I could see my stamps and my stickers and possibly my dies. And so I went out and I purchased a bunch of different clear storage bins and drawers, and I'll put a picture in here. And maybe you already seen that video, but I, at the very end, changed my mind because I just didn't like it. I actually, all the stuff did not fit in the clear bins and drawers, and that was kind of frustrating, and I spent a bunch of money on that. And so in the end, I ended up taking all the drawers out. I returned them, and then I just put everything back in their boxes and kind of just repurposed what boxes went where. However, I still like the idea of having better storage. And I also, part of the reason why I didn't use the clear bins, not only did not everything fit like I wanted it to, it just felt messy to me, like everything was in these different spots, and anyway, it just felt messy. So, but I still like the idea of like being able to flip through my stamps or flip through my stickers. So I went back out, and ta-da, I purchased a bunch of baskets. Now, they're all very similar. They have handles that match. They are different sizes, but that's okay. I have a large one here that when we were kind of, my husband was with me and we were kind of measuring things out. And initially we were going to put it like this, but I'm going to see how well it works going in the other direction, and that way I can get like a bunch of my Anna Griffin embellishments and stickers are all in little individual boxes, and so I want to be able to keep them organized in their boxes. So anyway, I'm going to once again pull my stuff out and kind of reorganize what I have, and hopefully this is going to come together, and then I'll show you how well it works or looks. So fingers crossed. Okay, so let's line them up and see how well it works. So really, the big one on the end, it is sticking out maybe a couple inches. Or I can turn it and put it this way, and it still kind of sticks out a few inches, but I think I'm just going to leave it like this. And yes, I know it's a little bit bigger, but it's going to hold the things I want to go in there, and they all look pretty nice together. I don't know, I might just play with the configuration, or maybe according to what I get in there. So let me move you over and let you watch me organize what's going to go into what. But so far, I feel very happy with it. It's not going to feel overwhelmingly cluttered. And I guess that's my thing, is that I like things put away. I like to have my things and have my things sort of out. Like over here is how I'm storing my vinyl. And even I have some of these paper holders, and that is working for now. But to be honest, if it was put away, I would feel a little less cluttered. So I guess that's why I like things accessible but not visible, if that makes sense. So let me get started. So now that I feel confident about this, I'm going to go ahead and remove my tags. Yeah. And I'm going to put in some pictures from the trip yesterday of all the different organizing options that there are out there. My preference, like when I went and got the clear bins, I did look on Amazon, and I did kind of do some internet sleuthing to find some different options. But these I got at HomeGoods, and I'm always so happy with HomeGoods that I should have just went there first in the beginning, because like this big basket here was only $16.99. This one was $12.99, and this one is $12.99. And like the clear drawers, they were, I want to say, on sale for $13.99, and the big ones were $20. So I think this is a good price. And they had a lot of things to choose from in the store. I actually went to the kitchen section first because I considered purchasing kind of like the magazine rack style containers or holders, and so that they would be, you know, standing upright, and you could turn around and put it in, and then maybe just put a pretty label on the back saying stamps or stickers or whatever the case. And anyway, I did not find any of those this trip. And since I found the baskets, I didn't pursue the idea anymore, but that was an option for me. But once I saw these and how tall they were, I figured that's going to work really well. But yeah, they had a lot of options to work with. And then they also have things there like, you know, the 3-stand carts where you can have like a small cart go under your desk, or if that's your crafting cart, or maybe your Cricut cart, because you could put your Cricut on top and maybe all your vinyl rolls underneath, because it had 3 different drawers. So this is what I mean if you're not an Anna Griffin user. These are the stickers that she has and embellishments. And I just wanted something for them to stand up in. And then there are a few smaller ones, so they can go just right here. Then I have all these long stickers, and they'll fit right down in here. And to be honest, even though I like these designer boxes, once they're closed up and out of the way, I tend to forget what is in there. So hopefully this will give me a little more opportunity to see what I have. And then I'll just repurpose these boxes somewhere else. And then in this one, this is just random stickers. So for the stickers, I can just stand them up in here. And they're kind of in little containers already. And these are things I've used in the past. And you know, I think what I'm going to do is, because I have enough baskets, so I have enough space, that I'm going to separate these into kind of like 2 categories. Which will be Disney and non-Disney. So a lot of this is Disney from when I did a lot of Disney scrapbooking. Well, actually, I was going to just make a mini album using the new Graphic 45 paper, and this will kind of work with it. So I'm going to pull that out. So this will be my Disney bin. And this will be my non-Disney bin. Okay, so while editing the video, I discovered that my mic battery had died at this point. So I'm just going to do a little voiceover here for the next minute or two, just to give you an idea of what I'm doing. But basically, I'm just continuing to organize my supplies into these baskets. So going through this part right here, I'm going to organize these stickers. And since I had 2 sets of baskets, I went ahead and separated them into like miscellaneous and then one for my Disney section. So I found a Disney one, I put it back, and then I am just going through and organizing. And it turns out that those long stickers, I initially wanted to stand them up in the back, but they're just a little bit too tall and they don't stand up with the top shelf above it. So for now, I'm just going to lay them on their side. They should be fine right there. And then I'm just going through and pulling out the other miscellaneous stickers that I have collected over the years from different design teams or demoing products that I have collected. And I may need to like rehome them or maybe list them on eBay, because I don't think I will be using those anytime soon. So I'm just going to go ahead and get everything out of this little designer box and into its new home, this cute little basket. And then I'll be able to put it up on the shelf. So I think that's about all I have in this package of stickers. So I'll be able to go ahead and remove it all. So for this next part, once I get these stickers finalized and put in, I'm going to pull out all the stamps, and I have a separate box for that. identical to this one. So let me put that one away. Okay, well, let me bring in the stamps. So now I kind of have the same scenario. I have like two versions of stamps. And then I'm going to separate them into two sets of baskets. So the first part I'm just going to be bringing over. I have collected different ones from like Graphic 45 and Stampin' Up. And I don't have them on their original sheets. I went ahead and separated them and put them into these little storage envelopes to kind of keep them all together. And that's these right here. I got them off Amazon. It has this nice vinyl pouch with a Velcro attachment to keep them closed, which I'm really happy with. I may go ahead and get some more. And then I just have a few other random sets of stickers to go in a few blocks. I do have like another little mini drawer system of wood blocks, which, you know, one day I'm going to go ahead and either reorganize them into something a little better, or maybe even experiment with taking them off the wood block and then just keep them in those plastic envelope pouches. I haven't done that yet, but it seems logical. And then the second set for this basket is now, like, a lot of these are Anna Griffin, and I've used a few here and there, but I definitely don't use them all like I should. And so I'm going to bring over the other batch here, and I'm saying like these I picked up over the years from way back when Joann's was in business and they had their different sales. I would go in and just grab some and then just kind of move everything over out of this box and into the basket. And then there's a few other sets here that I need to put on the side because they're a little big. I like this postage one. And then I was saying I have two sets here from like Crafter's Companion. I haven't even opened. And then there's this one here that's kind of a guy theme that I have papers to go with it, but I haven't ever used it. So I need to work on that. But that takes care of that box, and I'll be able to put the basket on the shelf. But before I go ahead and put the basket up on the shelf, I decided to grab my stamp press, and I'll be able to keep my stamp press in with all of my stamps. Oh, and then I was saying how I'm not really a Dollar Tree fan of buying crafts there, but I was in there picking up something else one day and I thought I'd give it a try. And I did use those, and they actually are good quality stamps. So if you're ever in need or want them, I would go ahead and buy them without any worries because they worked well for me. But normally I don't do that. So putting everything back together, and that should take care of that. Okay, then lastly, I actually had these nice little labels that I'm just going to write on and then stick up there. So I have this white chalk marker, and I'm going to go ahead and try and get the marker to work, and you're going to see how it kind of fails, and then in the end it kind of gets its act together and works. But if you don't have one of these chalk markers, you know, you could always just write on it with your Cricut, or just handwrite it, or even get your label maker and put a nice label on these tags, because that would look nice too. And then lastly, after I got all my little labels chalked up, I wanted to go ahead and put them on the baskets. Now, I didn't have those cute little basket clips that hold these little tags on with, so I went ahead and used, actually had some alien tape, and that is nice, clear, very thick and very sticky tape. So I just added a little piece on the back of that and just stuck it on the front.
of each of these baskets, which will work really well.
Okay, ta-da! It's all done and put away. I am very happy with how my baskets fit up here in my space and how well they store all my stickers and stamps and ephemera and little boxes and all the things I have. And I think it looks nice here up on the shelf. I like things put away and cohesive. You know, it doesn't always have to be matchy-matchy. They're not the exact same size. But with the labels on there and the style of baskets, I think it looks really well together. And it was actually very inexpensive. Consider a place like HomeGoods, I don't know, maybe Ross, or one of the other places out there that would have storage like this. I thought it worked better for me than the clear bins and baskets just because it's nice and neat and tucked away, but I can still access it and everything stores in there nicely. So I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. And if you are new here and if you would like to go ahead and give me a like and a subscribe, I would appreciate it. I'm still working on my channel. I have about 1,500 followers and I would like to be able to get up to 2,000 by the end of the summer. I've had several craft organization ideas and tips and makeovers in this room and space. If you want to go back and check those out, I would appreciate that too. So I like to say it is free for you to do, but priceless to me. And I appreciate you watching. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye.